Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So we're continuing the trend on the channel going forward. And for this video, we're going to talk about the island and my wish list and hopes for changes in 2K26, whatever they end up calling it, and beyond. So, right off the bat, let's get started. Number one, they need to change the output of virtual currency, VC, if they want to lock so many creation parts to the mode. Have a set of matches that are daily challenges or give us a randomizer to generate matches to play to earn more VC in game. Again, that's virtual currency. People that can't wait to get the parts or have disposable income can still just buy everything up, so they'll still make their money. Basically, all I'm asking is that they make it fair for the player to unlock stuff by playing the game. There's a lot of creation parts and a lot of items to unlock in the mode. They also tie how you level up to the virtual currency, and you hardly earn anything for just playing the story mode. And I didn't really bother with playing online. I have no desire to play these games online, so that was out of the question. We need like single player options. There's more options to earn virtual currency if they're going to go this route and charge us for every little thing. Anyway, number two, increasing player stats with virtual currency should be removed immediately. This makes online multiplayer essentially pay to win. You will be highly motivated to spend money to max out your wrestler quickly. Instead, I would like to see everyone at a default level for online multiplayer so that it's fair. No levels, no like, oh, he's 100, they're 60, just a flat stat for all wrestlers created for the island mode in particular. They should probably do it in other modes too, just so it's more balanced. I think that would go a long way with the competitive scene. Currently, I don't know. I think it's just not going to work out. For solo content, just do it like My Rise. You earn level up points by progressing through the mode. If they have to leave the pay to win in there, at least do both. Like you can either level up a virtual currency or earn level up points just like we do in My Rise to level up your character. I feel like that, I would have spent more of my points on creation parts, but I had to spend a bunch of it in order to even play through the mode because your wrestler is so low. So there's a good give and take. Allow us to earn more points or just give us like stats, like just like in My Rise. They have the system set up in place, just copy paste that. I think it'd be much better. Number three, creation parts need to be customizable. I feel like this is a no-brainer, and it baffles me why they weren't customizable in 2K25. Maybe they ran into a bunch of bugs trying to have it locked out to the island. To me, it made the parts pretty much useless because you can't do anything with them other than just purchase them and use them. If this is how we get new parts each year, then the price also needs to go down. Some parts are too expensive, especially when they charge so much for the base game and the base DLC. And if they're going to have multiple packs post-launch, like the John Cena pack, or should I say the Farewell Tour pack, the Nikki Bella and Goldberg thing, lower the cost of creation parts, or at the very least make them customizable. Like that would incentivize people, because currently, like if you're a creator, or you love creating wrestlers, these parts are pretty much useless. Now I understand if it's like Adidas or an actual real brand, but if it's just made up parts that they made up for the game, like original parts, original creation parts, then yeah, they should absolutely be customizable. And by customizable, I mean color changing, allow us to put our logos on it, change the materials that are used on it to make it shiny or whatever, leather look like, or crocodile skin, whatever. It's basically what you can do with pretty much every other creation part, stuff like that. If they're going to charge for it, we need to have full customization for it. I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand. Number four, let us play the mode offline. Only have us log in for stores, daily challenges, updates, etc. The entire story part and segment should be playable offline. Now the main reason for this is for when they eventually shut the servers down and the next game comes out, it'd be nice to be able to still play through the mode even though you don't have access to the daily challenges or anything like that. That's another reason why we should have your character be able to level up via points, not virtual currency, because once they shut the servers off, you can't get virtual currency anymore. So if you're stuck at like level 60 or, a 60 overall, level 60, you know what I mean, like a 60 overall, and you're trying to play through the mode post, the game's been shut down or everything, because not everybody can afford the brand new game, well, nobody's going to touch the mode after that point. And obviously 2K probably doesn't want that anyway, but still, it keeps some value to the old games, because a lot of these games, once the new one comes out and they shut the servers off for the last game, that game essentially becomes worthless. Like, you can't play half the modes, you can't use community creations, you can't do nothing. So it'd be just a nice little touch to add to it, in my opinion. Number 5, these picture cutscenes that they have, if anything, need at least some voice acting. If not for every scene, then at least for major story segments, kind of like the ending with Roman Reigns and that bizarre fight. I know this was its first outing, but with some changes, it could be a great mode. Number 6, quick travel. I have a feeling that the map will be bigger in 2K26 if they continue with this mode, so it would be nice to have a quick travel option to speed up things. Having to walk back and forth between shops, story segments, arenas, talking to in-game NPCs gets old after a few hours. It would be nice to have a quick travel once you've unlocked or visited a location within the game. It just would speed things up and get people through the mode faster, especially when, let's say you want to go to the shop real quick, right? You have to go try to hunt it down if you haven't played in a while. You're like, where the hell was that shop again? Well, you have to go all the way to the shop. You have to go to a loading screen. And then if you want to look at the parts, it takes a minute to load that too. Just that whole thing needs to be streamlined, in my opinion. I feel like people would like the mode a lot better. Like, let's say you want to go play with your buddy somewhere. You should be able to fast travel where they're at. That would make a lot more sense and link up together. Number 7, allow us to import or create a superstar or create a wrestler to and from the mode. I feel like this is a no-brainer for 2026. Again, this is the first time they've done the island. Every time they first time do something, it's always bare bones. Just look at the history of the games. Universe was bare bones. My GM was bare bones. The Creation Suite, Create a Wrestler, was bare bones when it was first introduced. And they can iterate on it each and every single game going forward. So this would be a big, big improvement over the current one. Even if they don't have all the creation parts allowed in the mode, it'd be nice to just be able to transfer our characters back and forth through the mode, because nothing kills this game faster for me than having to recreate the same character multiple times for multiple modes. I just literally just want to copy and paste them over. I forget what game it was, but it might have been 2K20, where you had to create your wrestlers in exhibition mode, and then My Rise, or whatever the heck it was called, the story mode, I think it was My Rise, was totally separate and totally different. Like, you couldn't transform over. It might have been 2K22 also, but that annoyed me, because I'm like, man, I want to play as my wrestler that I spent 3 days making, and almost 30, 40 hours making one wrestler, just the look of it, not the moveset and all that stuff. It takes a week for me to make my main 2 characters, sometimes longer, and if I have to recreate them in every single mode, and I can't just copy and paste the moveset and stuff like that, kind of makes me not want to engage with the mode, or I get lazy and I just use the default moveset, and then I get annoyed when I don't have the right moves. So just something copy and paste, it would make that mode a lot better. Like, I have a character in the island mode, which he doesn't even look like me or my Strizer character or anything like that. And that's one other thing I want to add to this, is because there's no image uploader, which I think would bog down the servers if they're going to keep it online, we can't put our face on our character in the island mode. I feel like that would be a nice little touch too, but I don't even think the image uploader is going to work on the island characters next game either. I think they'll add more parts, they'll make it a little more robust, but don't expect the image uploader to work for the island mode, because if it's online only still, anything like that, it's going to bog down the servers because it has to keep loading all that stuff in there. So I think it'll be bare bones again. Maybe they don't even allow creative characters next year, and it's just you use a character on the roster, a wrestler on the roster instead, and then you can still unlock creation parts and everything for all the other modes. They might make it run better, might fix the servers, but I know a lot of the fan base that loves to create their own wrestler, well, they might hate the mode. They might have the option to do both. That'd be kind of nice. Number 8, allow us to unlock and use those badass arenas in the offline modes. I really want to use those arenas in my universe mode. They got these really cool arenas they made just for the island, and it baffles me why we can't unlock them for single player. In 2K20, they had all these cool fantasy arenas. They had a future one, they had a wasteland one, they had Bray Wyatt's swamp compound one, they had a hell arena, they had a cool winter arena and everything, and I want more of that. I want more of that. I don't know why anybody would not want more arenas, fantasy arenas, for a wrestling game. I know you guys want it to be more like the show and everything. That's already in there. It doesn't hurt anybody to add in the other stuff also. Like, I don't want that in my game. Why? It's more options. It's more players playing the game, which gives them more money to do the stuff that you want, like create a story and stuff like that. So don't ever shun certain features being put in the game. If you think it's like, oh, they're wasting assets on it. Not really. It's just bonus content for other people that don't like, or not necessarily don't like, but just want something extra. It is a video game after all. If you want like one-to-one with the actual show, and I know I'm going to get hate for this in the comments down below, just go watch the show. This is a video game. Let it be a video game. It still has the realism. It has the simulation stuff in it. Just let it add some cool stuff. If you don't like it, don't use it. Very, very simple. Just like the intergender matches. I know there was a lot of flack for that at the beginning. You can literally shut it off. It hurts no one having it enabled. I never understand why people don't want certain features in a game. The more features that are in a game, the better, in my opinion. That's how I've always been, and it baffles me when people don't want certain things in the game. It doesn't hurt anybody, literally. Anyway, and the last thing, which I didn't write down, but is a huge issue to me, and I think a lot of people that don't even realize this, is if you want to unlock all the creation parts for both the male and female wrestler, because they're pretty much universal as far as what's offered on hand. There's a couple things that are exclusive to the women and the men. You have to play through that mode twice, and you have to unlock everything twice, and you have to level up your wrestler twice with virtual currency. That needs to change in the second game. I feel like that was a huge oversight. Again, that could have just been because this is basically a beta version of the island. I create a lot of wrestlers, and even me, I'm like, I'm not playing through this mode twice, let alone once, to unlock all these creation parts, pay to unlock all these creation parts. It's like physically impossible to unlock them all, via just playing the game. You don't earn enough virtual currency. There's not enough stuff or content to do in the mode to do that for 2 characters, let alone 1. So I really feel like they got to figure out a good give and take with how much virtual currency we earn and how we earn it. Either that or have a whole new point system that you earn in-game that unlocks, like I said, your stats. That whole stat thing should be separate. But the creation parts, that's what we're focusing on here. Having to buy them all twice for male and female is stupid. It should be you buy it once and it unlocks it for both male and female wrestlers for the creation suite. That I feel like that was a huge oversight. Maybe they snuck it in. Maybe they couldn't figure out how to do it for both. And this is the only way they could get it without it crashing and all the bugs and everything. So there is that. So keep that in mind. Anyway, so these are some things I would like to see changed in the island mode. What are some things you would like to see changed? What do you think it's going to be called next year? I think they're going to go with like a Suplex City. Even though the fan base and the locker room is kind of split on the return on how they feel of Brock Lesnar, I feel like it makes the most sense. Unless they're going to do an Island 2.0 or something and it's just going to be called the Island every year. If that's the case, then they should just use the same map and build on it each and every single year and add more content, add more islands, more segments, more sections, and stuff like that. But if they're going to change the whole thing, I would say Suplex City, or maybe they team up with AAA and it becomes all about Rey Mysterio. It's all Rey Mysterio themed because Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. It'd be awesome if it was AAA themed, AAA wrestling, and Mexico themed. That would be freaking cool. Aztec stuff all over the place. Like, really go nuts with it. That would be super awesome. Maybe they'll do like a global tour thing where you can go across the globe and do it that way, like they were supposed to do with my faction. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. Maybe they're saving that idea for the island. If you've played Street Fighter 6, they have these little sections for the fights. They're not huge areas, but you can literally go all over the world, and they're these tiny little zones that you can walk in. I wonder if that's what they're going to do with 2K26 Island mode. So they'll have one central hub, and they'll have all these little pocket areas that they can keep adding throughout the year for different spots. Like a winter spot a lava spot or whatever, if they're going to go that route. Or they could do a New Japan spot. They could do a Greek spot. They could do a UK spot, Mexico spot. That's probably the way they'll probably do it this year. They'll have a central city or island or whatever, and then you just go around and you explore that way and do matches that way. That way we can get way more arenas too, and they can keep adding to it. Man, there's so much stuff they could do with the island if they really, really like tighten the reins and fix the virtual currency problem. I feel like the island will be the mode everybody's playing up until the next game. I really do. Hopefully it replaces my faction, but I don't see that happening. Anyway, this is just one man's thoughts. Have a good holiday, because this might be the last video for the year, because there's a lot of stuff going on with work and everything after this. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me this year. Let me know what you want to see in the island mode. Let me know if you want it removed or if you want it exactly the same. As always, thank you for watching, and stay frosty.